between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Bitter rivals going back to their AFL days in the 1960s. The Chiefs and Raiders are underway. And he spins through. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Get line, 80! Check nickel. Double.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his first pass is incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
And James has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Double. Set. Line, 80.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
3 down. Kill. 12. Check. 59.
Now Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Green, 39.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught at the 10. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play that time for the Raiders. 62 yards. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Hey. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 2nd down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders have taken the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's James. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
How many times in the course of the game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. Smith and the Chiefs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Set. Line, 80.
And they'll run it here. And he powers his way up past the 30. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
12, 12, 12.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they're going to ground attack here. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. Made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
You got 4. You got 4.
Throwing on third down, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with it and try and get it.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
4 down. Liz, Liz.
Here's Smith. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
That is right. Ready? Line 80. 4 down.
Smith. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
Early down stuffs have put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Green 39! Green 39!
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, here we go. 319!
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And the Patriots are out to an early lead there over the Jets. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. SOS.
1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Smith. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Smith. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Tight right. Tiger. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Here's Smith. Going to throw again. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Smith on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Hurry up, here we go.
Mayfield off the play fake. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here's Mayfield. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
From the gun, Mayfield. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Charles Harris in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Marquette King now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, Is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
We got three, fellas, we got 3. 12.
To throw again, Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now Mayfield going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
I said, wide 80.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the ball comes loose, and the Raiders have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Leopard! Leopard!
4 down. Check.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
That's how it's done.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw, Mayfield, letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And this one is no good. He missed it. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield on play action. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mayfield on first down. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go.
McCaffrey on the counter. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to fire one deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. On first down, Smith hits his target. It's Tanner Gabriel. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Smith now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here.
4 down, check.
Set. I-80.
Switch.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Ready. I-80.
Check 43.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
4 down.
Here we go now.
2nd down, Mayfield. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Hey.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Mayfield down. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
No. Check. Patriot.
Single receiver.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Smith and the Chiefs now with a 1st and 10 at their 38.
Watch 18.
Yeah, 52. Yellow.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check. Watch 80.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, 4 down. 4 set.
And the blitz does come. Finding Gabriel complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Smith now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Check. 53, Mike.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, Smith. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, Smith. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Throwing again is Smith. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Raiders on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
4 down, check. 4 down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one. Let's go. Let's go. 15. Two tides. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it, and the Raiders have recovered.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down in distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you'd think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there, handed to their big guy to pick up the 1st down.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go now.
Mayfield off the play fake. It fights him off. Flushed, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Charles Harris in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Mayfield. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This for the lead in the final stages. And this won't make it. Off the crossbar and no good. And a big letdown there as this remains a tie game. That close to taking a fourth-quarter lead, but the goalposts, they had other plans.
I thought it was on target. It looked good off his foot, but then, doink, off the metal and out. And those are the kind of breaks that can definitely swing a ball game.
Smith and the Chiefs now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
That's it. Big hit. Hey. We got 4. Strong right. I said fire.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Smith now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Here's McCaffrey, and he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Well, that sets up a big 3rd down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
We got 3, fellas.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
98 to Mike.
Now Mayfield. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Mayfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
319!
Mayfield to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I don't know what more you can say about Adam Vinatieri in that career. Maybe the best to ever do this.
Let's be honest. Does anything faze him? Snow, playoff games, Super Bowls. Just watching this made me nervous. But he never broke a sweat.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Chiefs, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, with a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.